Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? So happy to be with you guys today and very, very excited to share this really fun last minute holiday project with you guys. Extremely, extremely happy to do so. All right, so let's see. We are going to be making this Hershey's chocolate Santa tag, and you can see he's in his chimney. So you have the brick background here, super cute. And then when you're done pulling your candy out, you have Santa was here. Isn't that so cute? So I used the Merry and Bright for the Santa was here. And then we used the Merriest, Merriest Trees dies for this tag that's over here. The embossing folder, and then our stylish shapes for that cute little circle in the back. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to make this fun project. All right, so we're going to start with a piece. And this is 4.5 inches by 3.25 inches, and it's cherry cobbler, which I thought was a cute brick color. All right, let's see. On the long side here, we're gonna score at 2 inches and at 2.5 inches. And then on the short side, we're gonna turn. So this is the 3.25 inch side. We're gonna score at 1/2 inch. And then 2 3/4 inch. And that's all the scoring that we need. But we need to run it through the embossing folder. So let me get my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and get the folder out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and run it, my bone folder on here so that the creases stay, because they kind of get rubbed when you run through the embossing folder. But once you have them nice and burnished like this, we'll be able to see them. All right, so let's put it in here. We're gonna get some brick on here. So cool, love this. Let's get this right here, this side. Let me get my machine. All right, so here's our big guy. Get my platform. So we need number 1, and then we're going to need number 4, which is the plate for 3D embossing folders. And that's what this embossing folder is. So we're going to put number 1, and then our sandwich, and then number 4. Crank that through. All right. So cute. All right, then we have our tag, which I've already run through the embossing folder, okay? So let's get this out of our way. Put this away here. Trying to stay organized. Let's see if I can do it. All right. Let me just get it out of the way for now. All right. So now we have these 2 pieces that have been embossed. This embossing folder is really beautiful. It's the exposed brick 3D, and it has some distressing on it, which I think is really awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and fold on our lines again. And because I burnished them before I ran it through the folder, it's a lot easier. All right, so we're gonna trim. I'm gonna show you. All right, so we're gonna trim on this piece here and this piece here, and the same on the other side. Okay, So it forms these two little squares in the middle, and that's what you just need to make tabs out of them. And then we're going to go ahead and attach this together. So we're going to put, let me grab my silicone mat, my adhesive, and we're going to, come on, there we go. Get that right there. Whoops. Get it to grab onto that tab. We're going to do the other side next. And then we're going to attach the other tab. I'll show you what I mean. The long tab that's sticking out right here. We're going to put glue on here and attach that next. All right, so there's those. So see, now we want this to become one piece, okay? So we're gonna put adhesive on these flaps and on this one. I like using the wet adhesive because it gets in all the nooks and crannies of the embossing folder. Okay, so we're gonna press this one in here and this one, come on, in there. We're gonna hold on to that for a minute. And what I like to use is my bone folder. So I press this like this, and then I use my bone folder to go inside and give that a nice little press, and I'm gonna do the same on the other side. And then if anything has like a little tab sticking out, if it's not just perfect, you're gonna use your paper snips and even it out. Sometimes when we score, it's never, it's never perfect, but it's very simple fix to just trim your piece. And I think I have a little piece here sticking out as well. But it's very easy to trim your edges, especially with these paper snips, because they're made to cut a slice really thinly. And so I'm gonna go all the way around. There we go. So now we have this cute little part of our chimney, right? The bottom of our chimney. All right. And the tag's gonna go glued inside like that. And I'm not gonna glue it all the way down, okay? Because I want the Santa to fit, but I want you to be able to see that little circle above that, okay? Like that. So what I'm gonna do is, now that I've put it in there, I'm gonna turn it over and I'm gonna hold it in place. And I'm gonna use a pencil and I'm gonna mark on that side and on this side. All right, and then the glue goes below that line. And then that's how I know where to stick it inside. And then I want to make sure that when I glue it, that I make sure that those little lines are lined up again, and that I press that into place. And since it's the same color, no one can tell how long it is. And you're just gonna glue that down. So that forms our little tag box, okay? So now we just have a couple things to do. I have this piece of ribbon. It's our herringbone, white herringbone, and it's really beautiful. Look at the texture there. Okay. And all I did was bring it through here. Okay, and then tie a little knot, and it's a loose knot, because I really love how this ribbon knots. I think it's really beautiful, isn't it? So now we're going to use a ribbon scissor. I'm going to use a lighter here. I'll show you. So I'm going to use my ribbon scissor. Let me pull it out. And I'm going to cut, and then cut on this side. All right, maybe this one a tiny bit shorter. All right. And then we're going to singe the ends, and that just seals the ribbon from fraying, okay? So just reel 1, 2 like that. You don't want to go too much, but that will seal the ribbon and it won't fray. Okay, so that part's ready. We have our tag attached to the back of our box here. We can go ahead and put our Santa inside temporarily. We're going to work on our little piece here. So this piece is a scrap of black. It's about 1/2 inch. Let's see how long it is. I didn't measure that, but I'm going to write it down. So let me get my ruler out. And it's 6 inches long. Okay? 1/2 inch by 6 inches. All right, so now we're going to wrap this around our little box. Okay, we're going to start at the back. And we're going to bring this in like this. And we're going to bring this in like this. And then we're going to go ahead and glue that together in the front. And you want it in the front because you can hide it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of adhesive. I'm going to get that to grab, and I'm just going to hold it for a second. All right. So now we have that piece attached, and then this piece here was made with the Merriest Trees. So I took this smallest rectangle and I cut it out of foil, and that's what the center is made with. Okay, so I just cut it out of a piece of foil, and then I took this larger square here that I have next to it, and then I centered it right over that rectangle, and then I die cut it out, and then it gave me my belt buckle. And we're gonna just glue that right on there. So I'm just gonna flip this over. And make sure that when you wrap your black belt around, that you let the seam fall where it's gonna fall underneath the buckle. So if you need to shift it, do that when you're gluing it down. I got it in position, so we should be good to go. And we're gonna put that right there, and see, you will never see the seam because the buckle's gonna cover it. Okay, so there is that. And the last finishing touch, of course, is the words Santa was here. And I just think it's such a cute addition, because that way when Santa comes out, it says Santa was here when they eat their little chocolate Santa. All right, so we're gonna pull this out now. And we're gonna put some adhesive behind our circle. Let me tell you which circle I used. I think it's the second smallest, might be the third. Nope, I was right the first time. Second smallest, no, third. That's the tiniest. So yeah, the third smallest. And we're gonna go ahead and put the adhesive on the center there. And place it where the Santa's gonna cover it, but where you're gonna still see. And there you go. It'll grab in a minute. And then you put in your Santa. And there's our cute little treat package. And I stamped the Santa was here with Memento Tuxedo Black. So again, I used the Exposed Brick 3D, that's in the annual catalog, Merriest Trees Dies, Stylish Shapes, and Merry and Bright. So there is our two little Hershey's Chocolate Santa Tag box. I love it. It turned out super cute, and whoever you give this to will love it as well. The Santas come in a 6-pack. I know, isn't that so funny? But Hershey's makes them in a 6-pack, and there's red ones and green ones. I thought the green looked nice because it was against the red. But the red one also looks good in there if you use the cherry cobbler, because see, it still stands out. But yeah, these come in a 6-pack. See, it says 6-pack right there. So check them out. They're pretty awesome. They're solid milk chocolate bars, and they're pretty cute. All right. Thanks for being here, guys. I will see you on Tuesday with another project. I appreciate you guys being here. Let me know if you like the new time of 12 o'clock when the video goes live on Sundays instead of so early in the morning, since most people are at church and doing other things or sleeping in on Sunday. I appreciate the feedback. Thanks so much. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!